Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for a tale so wild it could only come from the chaotic world of hip-hop drama. What if I told you that Remy Ma, the rapper celebrated for her resilience, might have pulled off one of the most audacious scams in music history? What if her tear-jerking ICU emergency, complete with hospital visits, desperate prayers, and trending hashtags, was nothing but an elaborate hoax? According to anonymous sources, leaked audio, and suspiciously timed social media posts, Remy Ma may have faked a life-threatening medical crisis to manipulate her husband, Papoose, into rekindling their faltering marriage. This isn't just a scandal, it's a plot twist worthy of a Hollywood thriller. Let's dive into the madness, unpack the allegations, and explore how this saga unfolded, leaving fans, Papoose, and Remy's legacy in tatters. When news broke that Remy Ma had been rushed to the ICU, the hip-hop community came to a standstill. Social media erupted with "Chich Pray for Remy" trending worldwide. Celebrities posted emotional tributes, fans organized candlelight vigils, and even casual listeners joined the outpouring of grief. The image of Remy fighting for her life, hooked up to machines, tugged at heartstrings globally. Papoose, her husband, was photographed rushing to her bedside, his eyes red from crying. He canceled shows, posted heartfelt pleas for prayers, and seemed utterly devoted to her recovery. It was a moment of unity, a collective holding of breath for a beloved figure. But behind the hospital curtains, something far less tragic was allegedly unfolding, a scheme so calculated it could only be described as diabolical. Sources close to Remy claim the entire ordeal was a performance, orchestrated to salvage her crumbling marriage. After public blow-ups, cheating rumors, and whispers of Papoose's growing distance, Remy was reportedly desperate to win him back. A grand gesture like a fake medical crisis, insiders allege, was her way of breaking through his defenses. Only the specter of losing her forever, she believed, could reignite his love. The plan seemed to work. At first, Papoose's devotion was evident, and the public's sympathy was overwhelming. But cracks in the facade began to appear. And what emerged was a story of deception that shocked even the most jaded observers. A hospital insider, referred to only as Nurse T, reportedly noticed peculiarities. Remy's heart monitor, for instance, was unplugged yet still beeping. Her oxygen mask was adjusted when no one was looking, and her strict visiting restrictions conveniently lifted when paparazzi were nearby. Nurse T allegedly overheard Remy laughing during a phone call, saying, "Girl, he's falling for it. I told you men are so simple." Security footage reportedly showed Remy texting furiously, only to slump back into a frail pose whenever Papoose entered. The most damning revelation? Her ICU room wasn't a medical necessity. It was a simulation suite typically used for training, rented in cash by a shell company tied to her business manager. This wasn't a hospital stay, it was a staged production. The leaks didn't stop there. Audio recordings, allegedly captured by a disillusioned night shift nurse, surfaced online. In them, Remy can be heard joking, "I got Pap crying like a baby. Mission almost complete. Wait till he brings me that new chain I asked for." Hospital memos revealed staff concerns, no medical anomalies in Remy's vitals, no evidence of trauma or illness, and requests from her team to stage emergency moments for cameras. One memo noted a denied request for a CPR simulation for social media engagement. The internet exploded as these revelations spread. Hashtags like Remy scam and Yummy ICU gate trended, and fans who had prayed for her felt betrayed. TikTok users dissected her ICU selfies, pointing out flawless makeup, polished nails, and the absence of IV marks. One viral video, garnering 12 million views, compared her photos to real ICU patients, exposing glaring inconsistencies. Public figures piled on. Charlemagne Thagard quipped on The Breakfast Club, "Remy didn't need a miracle, she needed an Oscar." Joe Budden called it the best fictional drama since Power. 50 Cent, never one to miss a jab, posted a meme of Remy in a hospital bed captioned, "When you love drama more than oxygen." The backlash was relentless. Fans who had once idolized her turned venomous, with comments like, "I cried for you," and "You turned your hospital bed into a movie set," and "You faked death for clout, you need Jesus." The memes were merciless, with one viral image of a hospital bed captioned, "New season of Power looking realistic." As the scandal grew, so did the legal implications. Faking a medical emergency isn't just unethical, it's potentially criminal. Anonymous hospital sources hinted at investigations into fraud, insurance scams, and misuse of medical resources. Leaked contracts revealed Remy's team had prearranged the ICU stay weeks in advance, complete with scripts for staff and payment receipts. These documents suggested some medical bills were filed through insurance for procedures that never occurred, prompting a $2 million lawsuit from an insurance company accusing Remy of fraudulent claims and malicious intent. Authorities, including the Department of Health and the FBI's Public Corruption Task Force, reportedly began probing. One investigator called it textbook insurance fraud, warning of fines up to $250,000 and potential prison time. Papoose, the man Remy allegedly deceived, began to pull away. He stopped posting updates, ceased hospital visits, and reportedly moved out of their shared home. Sources claim he filed for legal separation and sought full custody of their youngest child, citing Remy's reckless public behavior as emotionally harmful. Court documents described her actions as creating an unsafe environment for their family. The fairy tale reunion Remy had banked on was crumbling, and the hip-hop community, usually tight-knit, offered little support. Business partners distanced themselves, endorsement deals vanished, and a clothing brand negotiating a sponsorship with her withdrew, citing her public deception. Remy attempted damage control with a tearful interview on a gossip blog, claiming she was genuinely ill. The rented suite was for privacy, and the leaked audio was misconstrued. The public wasn't buying it. Comment sections roasted her. "You had better stage a funeral because your career's dead, and I see you lying." TikTokers created parody videos, dubbed the Remy Challenge, mocking fake ICU emergencies. A Netflix parody movie, Emergency Room: The Remix, began trending as a joke. The ridicule was inescapable, and Remy's credibility was in free fall. The fallout wasn't just online. The insurance lawsuit and potential criminal charges loomed large. If convicted, Remy could face a permanent loss of insurance eligibility, alongside hefty penalties. Her once loyal fanbase felt betrayed, and her legacy as a comeback queen, rising from prison to platinum albums, was overshadowed by this self-inflicted wound. Papoose, meanwhile, seemed to move on, launching a mentorship program and posting cryptic quotes like, "Never be so loyal that you betray yourself." The subtext was clear. He was done. This saga raises uncomfortable questions. Was Remy's stunt born of desperation or sheer manipulation? Can she ever rebuild her career after such a public betrayal? And what does this say about the lengths people go to for love or attention in the age of social media? Remy's ICU ploy wasn't just a scandal, it was a career kamikaze. From trending hashtags to federal investigations, she went from hip-hop royalty to a cautionary tale. The memes may fade, but the lawsuits, broken trust, and shattered legacy will linger. What do you think? Was Remy a mastermind or a mess? Should Papoose forgive her, or is he better off moving on? Can anyone recover from a stunt this brazen? One thing's certain. In the world of fame, where lies and loyalty collide, the next scandal is always just a heartbeat away. Stay tuned. This mess is far from over.